Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Rocky here. As you guys can see, I'm back with my guy Gav, or Keds, as you guys know him. And we're here. This is absolutely raw. This is live. It's been so long since we've been together, on a pod.
Mm.
I'm just gassed. I'm really, really excited for the season ahead as well. But how are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, you're right. It seems like it's been ages. I know we talk every day, but we haven't actually done a pod. Like, I can't remember. I
Yeah.
think we were talking offline, weren't we? Like, it's got to be last year at some point. I can't remember. I know we did one
Wow.
with Dave, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's been a while. There's just been so much going on.
Yeah.
If anything, we've been trying to keep up with Arsenal more than having the time to even take it all in. There's so much going on, but all positive stuff, which is great. You know,
Yeah.
um, but yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. It's just mad how that whole Euros and even some people keeping up with the Olympics, like it's mad how
Mm.
that's all shifted now, and we're back and ready for the new season. Yeah,
Mm.
man, really excited.
Yeah. So, speaking of like news and things to catch up on, might want to talk about your recent activity, mate. What's been going on with you?
Yeah, man. So as you guys can see, I'm wearing a new third shirt. Honestly, the reception that I got from, just being in the campaign, being in the video shoot and everything, it was such a great sort of pleasure. And it was something that I've always wanted to do, you know what I mean? It was like from when we started doing our pods back in lockdown 2020, and the
Yeah.
way Adidas have been so sort of like involved with the local community. I always thought that it was sort of like feasible, like something that I could do, especially with the work that we do, and with the shirts and reaching wider communities. So I thought, yeah, man, being in a campaign is a dream come true, and it turns out
Mm.
that they sort of snapped me up for this one, and I'm really sort of blown away by the love and support that I got from it, and I can't be more grateful for
Mm.
everything. So yeah, man, I'm hyped.
It's amazing. I mean, obviously, you told me a while ago, but I have to keep it quiet because but it was killing me as well because I was obviously so excited for you. But yeah, it's funny because I think you were even chuffed. Obviously, you're on the stadium with the mural, aren't you? Anyway, like all these little
Mhm.
things, you just take them as they go and respect and appreciate whatever you get. And I think it's definitely been a build up, like you said, from 2020, from where everything started. It's just been a general build up of the positive things going. What you always say, what you give out, you get back if you work hard, and
Mm.
it's a bit of sort of karma and stuff like that. But yes, you have a business, but you're always trying to give back and help people. And it's nice that Arsenal have sort of seeing what you're doing and appreciate it, and you got your rewards. Do you know what I mean? At the end, it's as much as having a business and making money is great and all that sort of stuff. Like for you, at heart, you're still the key thing is you're an Arsenal fan, and to be able to be in
Yeah,
promo for their new kit is like every kid adult's dream. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what age you are, to say that Arsenal want you and just to show the colours and be involved. Yeah, it's just it's so cool, man. It's wicked.
yeah, no, it was really good, and it helped me so much in terms of hindsight, in terms of how I can sort of improve my sort of like business with the way they're like advertising it, with the way the shoot was
Mm.
going on, just the amount of people and the hard work that goes into a shoot like that. Like it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
The level of work that goes into it, which is why like, seeing all the leaks beforehand was so like disheartening, because it's like
yeah,
you actually know through being there, like how much work, and my scene, if you see the scene, it was like 10 seconds, if that. It was so
mm.
short and quick, but that required like a whole day's worth of sort of work, waiting on standby, waiting for the scene before and after to run in a chronological time. And it's just so crazy how much work and insight goes onto things like behind the scenes. And
Mm.
it was just such a great experience. And as I said, I'm just gonna try and learn, adapt certain features from the shoot into my stuff. So recently I
Mm.
got a new camera, so I'm gonna try and like,
Yeah,
provide a different sort of quality to the content that I put out and stuff. So
mm.
yeah, it's crazy what that shirt launch has sort of done for me personally as well. It's crazy.
It's good, and I think speaking about photography, like I know you're quite close with another photographer and friend. You know, I'd say with Chance, or everyone knows Lower North Bank and stuff like that, and he's been involved in a lot of the actual shoot and itself. It's just nice to see so many people who've been trying to work hard, slowly but surely, you know, get appreciated by Arsenal stuff. So that must have been quite nice because you know him personally, to be able to work together on the photo shoots and stuff after it.
Yeah.
And
The thing is,
um,
with him, it's all what we've just done separately. So
mm,
he wasn't we wasn't directly involved with that shoot, the one that we put
okay,
out with Coach
yeah,
Guy. But it's crazy, like the quality of, you know, level that he put out. It seems
mm,
like, you know, it can be of that stature, and
yeah,
it's only a matter of time as well before, you know, he's sort of leading the way and stuff with that. But no,
yeah,
it's just really good, man. Like me and Chan, actually, probably you guys know from when we used to do cover kit launches like last year and the season before.
mm,
We've always been sort of the first ones there to capture the vibe and
yeah,
the content of it all. And now to be able to be sort of a part of it and just everything like that, it's an honor. Honestly, it's so good, man.
yeah. I think a question that everyone's gonna want me to ask, and it's probably the most important one you'll ever get asked. What's
Go
the
on.
coat guy like?
You know what? Coat guy is such a great guy. He is such a nice guy. Like, you know, people just see him as the coat guy, but he's so much, he's more than that. You know what I mean? He's just very calm, very like well mannered.
Yeah,
He loves the club. Like, he genuinely loves the club. Like, he's been following Arsenal for years, and I won't go into his story as much
no,
because I want him to sort of, you know,
yeah,
put
yeah,
that out there in the world, and everyone will see him when he's sort of ready to, you know, express himself in that way. But just him as a fan, you know, what you expect a genuine person to be, and he really embodies Arsenal and really cares about the values. And you know,
mm,
I had to chat with him for like a few hours on the shoot that day, and it was really good to be able to relate to a fan, and we're sort of very similar as well, which is quite cool.
yeah, yeah. I think you sort of hit the nail on the head with like what an Arsenal fan almost should be. Like the fact people don't really know his name is he's just there. Yeah, he's been caught at matches constantly wearing the coat, etc. But he's not attention seeking. He's not trying to make anything about himself. He's just a pure, like you say, a pure fan that's been spotted because he's always there. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
even now, like I say, you don't really know his name unless you know him personally. So
Mm.
it's a nice thing to see. It's refreshing, and it's refreshing that Arsenal looked into things, looked into the details of, you know, they know about this guy because he's everywhere all the time, and let's use
Yeah.
him. Do you know what I mean? And same with yourself. They know you're always around and done a lot for the community. So it's like it's nice that they're sort of tapping home on fans and stuff like that. It's really good.
Yeah, no, it's crazy the way they sort of got hold of him, but again,
Mm.
I'll let him sort of
Yeah, 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 yeah,
sort of go through that.
yeah,
Um,
man.
what's good, Camille? Just seen his comment. Hope you're good, man. Um, yes, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So
Hello, everyone.
this is
But
new, man.
yeah,
We've not done this before. Like StreamYard, but
yeah, I know. StreamYard looks quite cool, doesn't it?
mm,
But obviously this will be available to watch after as well. So I'm sure we'll have people wanting to tune back in. And it's like midday, so and it was very like on the spot. So
yeah, yeah.
um,
But yeah,
but
so
yeah,
what are you
let's
saying
do it.
about the kicks, man? We might as well get into that for this season. What are you saying? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm so happy that the cannon's back on all of our shirts. I can't lie. I
Mm,
think it's really refreshing to see like a sort of change and heading in a new direction and stuff like that. So I'm pleased that, you know, the cannon's back.
yeah,
Um, the the away shirt at first, like I wasn't too keen on it, but now like it's really grown on me, and I think a lot of
mm,
people's heads are sort of turning that way as well. And I think the more we grow into the season, typically everybody's gonna love it. And if we do have a solid season and put on performances like we did, you know, when we wore the black shirt last time, I'm sure
mm,
everyone's gonna love it. I'm sure
mm,
Arteta's gonna love it as well. I don't know if you heard recently, but he said that the 22-23 season kit, so the black and gold one,
Yeah.
he said he loved that one because there was like a sort of fierceness that we showed, when wearing that, and that aesthetic was sort of really cool. It's like a Batman costume. Do you know what I mean? You see him and you're like, whoa.
Probably why I liked it.
Do you know what I mean? So hopefully that away shirt would sort of resonate again with the fans once we get into things. So man.
Yeah,
Right.
I think you're right. I mean, I'm definitely learning not to like judge so quickly. Like last season with the bright yellow, when it first got released, I was like, oh my God, what is this? And then it became a cult following almost because we didn't lose in it. And then you kind of more appreciated it the more you looked at it, especially when players had it on, it didn't look so bad. But it's so easy to sort of jump in and be like, no, I don't like that. So at the moment for me, like the away and the one you're wearing, I'm not a massive fan, but I'm not writing them off yet. I'm definitely not writing them off because I know I may end up liking them, in the future. And I think that's the best way to be. Like, I'm a real fan of the home one. I know that the people say maybe there's too much white, but I think I touched on it at the beginning of the season when it got released that it reminds me a little bit of the 91 home, the blue and all this sort of stuff, and that comes down. And I think it's really nice. I think without a name set, especially a cut font, I think the shirt looks terrible at the back. I think that how it just goes in. But as soon as you put a name set, I think it really sets it off. It's a really nice shirt, but without, I wouldn't buy it like that. But but no, it's all right. I mean, I don't think Adidas have really failed us since they came back. I mean, they can't really say there was a shirt that was shocking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. That's the beauty of it, really, that the fact that we have a great sort of Adidas partnership, and long may it last.
Oh Christ, yeah. I actually really like the goalkeeper kit, the new one. I said this yesterday. The black, a new goalkeeper shirt. So I really like it. I wish that had been the away. It's quite
Let me
nice.
grab that. I've got it here. Let me grab it.
You've got it. Oh, whatever, mate.
Of course, I've got the shirt.
I know. I don't even know why you thought any different.
If I can find
it's really nice.
Right at the bottom of the pile. Of course, it was. Here it is. You know what? It's just so simplistic.
But it's nice. I really like that.
It's just so nice. It's got a very thick collar, as everyone can see. It's got the Adidas Originals back on it. I'm really excited to see if they, release like an authentic version, probably at the end of the season when all the kit room stuff comes out and stuff, like onto like eBay and stuff. But just the cannon on that as well just looks so nice. And
I mean, that would have been a lovely away kit. But
yeah, I think it would be too simplistic, in my opinion. I think the message the message that the other black shirt has, I think it's sort of special in a way, and it sort of really does embody, modern Arsenal and this, this era of Arsenal. So I'm really pleased with just the execution on the kits this year overall. So man.
Yeah.
But let's get into the season.
Go for
as
it.
you guys know, this is our first episode back in ages, so we're going to try and hopefully get more content coming out and do sort of post-match reactions and reviews and stuff like that. But our first one's Wolves coming up. How you feeling for that game and just the season overall? What's your expectations and what's the ambition?
Well, we know the ambition. I think everyone's got the same. But I mean, starting with Wolves, I'm quite confident, especially with Neto now leaving. So I think we always play quite well against them. I think we're going to be confident. I think we'll start. I know we've got a tricky couple of games early on, haven't we? But I think we have to, talking back about ambition, look, at the end of the day, if we want to win leagues, it doesn't matter when we play these teams. We just have to go out there and do the job. So if we want to label ourselves as champions, we have to play like champions. So we have to go and have no fear, which I feel in general we never do anymore, which is the most, I think, actually the most exciting thing about being an Arsenal fan now. Me used to hold our hands on our heads and be like, oh, we dread the game before it's even started, do you know what I mean? But now it's kind of like, we can beat them, do you know what I mean? It's like there's none of that sort of like doubt. So I don't fear when we play City, any of them really. I think we've got the beating. I do think we can win the league. I think it's been building and building. It's just like we have this conversation as well. Like we're looking at certain teams buying good players maybe we were interested in. They're starting to do their thing, but we have to just drown that out. We have to ignore it. It's up to them what they want to do. They don't have the same manager as us. They don't have the same mentality. We just have to. We have to get that few extra players over. And I think it could be possible. Rice was do you know what I mean? That was the beginning of that. But I think we just need, if we get this Mourinho guy in, it's a good signing. I still feel we do need an out-and-out strike, if I'm totally honest. And I really like Havertz, and I think Jesus, if he's fighting fit, he can do a job. But I just feel like if we had someone, I don't want to say it, but Isaac, I would have absolutely loved him, but I don't think that's going to happen, obviously. But he just fits Arsenal way completely. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. But then it's hard. It's hard to go and say, oh, you need a striker, and then the board can look at our fans and say, okay, so who are we going to get? It's not that easy. Do you know what I mean? There isn't that many out-and-out strikers out there, but I think we need another winger for a backup for Saka, because let's be real, it depends what version of Martinelli we get. Trossard's amazing, but then it's just between those two, and I don't think Nelson can do the job. Do you know what I mean? And that's not in a horrible way. But if we want to win titles, our backups have to be as good as the one starting. That's the difference when you have like City, who could just replace and you wouldn't know any difference. So we just have to, but we're so close. For me, we're so close. We just need a couple more, and I think we're there. But I've been impressed that we've been trying to, I know not in a horrible way, but trying to get rid of players, trying to move them on. They've had their opportunities. Like when I look at Smith Rowe, Eddie Nketiah, Nelson, etc. It's a shame. Like some of them might stay. We don't know, do we? But I think it's got to that point now where we're so close to win the leagues. We have to be a bit more ruthless. As much as they're homegrown and stuff, it's the same as even Fabio Vieira. How long do we give that guy? We can't keep making excuses over it. It's difficult. I know players need game time, but you've got to show up every single time you're on a sub bench. You've got to make that difference. And if they're not really doing it, then we have to be ruthless if we want to win leagues. And it's nice to see. As much, I hated, obviously, Smith Rowe. It's such a shame. Do you know what I mean? Such a shame. But I almost felt like he was another Wilshere, just constantly getting injured all the time, and we never really had that opportunity to really push him. And it's good that he can get somewhere. I think Fulham will be good for him. He'll get game time. Hopefully, he'll push on. But we want to get.
I think we were notorious for just hanging on to players for just way over the time that they should be here, and we sort of, babied them and pampered them to be like, oh yeah, we will take care of you for the next season and stuff like that. We saw it with somebody like Rozicki, for example, or Rosicky, or like Diaby, and again Wilshere. We just had them for so long that when it was time for them to go, we didn't really cash in on them, and by the time they should just be gone, they had no value. But it's nice now that Smith Rowe has some sort of stock to his name, and I think if he went on another season where like he didn't feature as much, I wouldn't expect him to go for like 30 million. He'll probably go for way less than that. So to take that money now, I think was a really good job done by Edu. And it's not guaranteed as well that they will actually, that he'll actually do well or reach that form that he did have when he was with us in 21-22. So yeah, hopefully not for him. I hope he smashes it at Fulham, beats United tomorrow. I'll be tuning into that for sure. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm really excited for.
I think the signing, our defense just looks unbelievable. Like, it was already unbelievable, but signing, the Italian, and if Timber does stay fit, I'm really gunning, no pun intended, but really gunning for Timber this season. Like, I just feel like he's such an amazing utility player. We can literally play him all over the defense, even CDM. Like, I wouldn't doubt him for a second. Like, if we can get him firing, honestly, and I think, again, another masterstroke by Edu and Arteta, because we're already seeing that Tomiyasu's injured and we don't know for how long. So again, we've got a backup straight away. We've got 2 people that can come on, and if Zinni can turn it around this season, it's just, it's
that's
very.
That's what I mean. That's why, like, for example, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, like, we need a striker 100% as like our priority." But if we, let's say, had, I don't know, just Havertz and Jesus up front as our only options to start, I'd rather that than having like Tomiyasu, injured as per usual, and just only Zinni to fill in that role. But now we have quite a few options along that back line, and and it's not like Trossard can't play in like a false 9 either. Like, I think we do have options. But let's see, man. Let's go into predictions before we sort of wrap up. Of course, this is a little quick episode before the season starts, and let me know your predictions.
For Wolves, or?
Yeah, for Wolves.
Wolves, yeah. I thought you meant the league.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
No, great. No, I think a comfortable 2-0. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, 2-0. I mean, we're at home, but I'm actually going to say 3-0.
I was thinking it, but I didn't. You normally think, but it depends.
I think we're a different team now.
At home we are as well, for sure.
Then I remember, like, years ago when the first game of the season at home, and we'd like just lose them all. Like, God, don't remind me.
No, but that's what I mean about the crowd now and the fans and the atmosphere, is that we're no longer a library. Do you know what I mean? It's it's 100% a home advantage every time we play there. So I think teams fear playing at the Emirates now, which is lovely. Do you know what I mean? They hated Highbury, now they're fearing this. It's double the capacity. So I think you're right. I think it's either going to be a comfortable 2-0 where they just play things out, get used to the new season, or we could just, like you say, get that extra goal and maybe annihilate them a little bit. But I think it'll be comfortable either way. Like, I don't see an issue, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, let's see, man. I'll be covering sort of more of these videos soon, more content. So stay tuned on the Instagram as well. Thank you for joining, Gav. Thank you, everyone.
Man. Good to be back.
But yeah, man, I'll catch up with you guys soon. I'll let you guys know when our next video will be, potentially on the weekend or Monday, once the day's sort of done and the match is over, and we'll catch up then. So cheers for joining, man.
Cool. Speak soon.
Ciao, ciao.